Hello and welcome back to the Scoop with Coop. I'm of course Coop, and in today's video, we are going to be breaking down, analyzing, doing all the X's and O's fun stuff regarding last night's absolutely phenomenal game between the San Antonio Spurs and the Oklahoma City Thunder. Now, before we jump into all of that, make sure to go ahead, subscribe to the channel if you're new, like the video. I mean, that'd be pretty cool. Turn on the notification bell, and if you're a recurring viewer, welcome back. And if you're a new viewer, welcome. Now, without further ado, let's jump straight into it. Alright, so we've got here, you get kind of a very loose double just to prevent the inside. Here, you also have it to where if need be, if Wemby rolls, you've got Chet on the recover. Dort is probably going to drop down here if that's the case. And then at the free throw line at the nail, that's where you're going to see Hartenstein stay. I want to do it with volume. That could make it more fun.
And the Spurs begin with the ball.
Weird that you're just daring a 40% three-point shooter to, or a 40% three-point shooter to just go ahead and shoot it.
First shot knocks down the three.
Well, you got a three, but not
Castle's
from.
hit it at 44% from
Not from
three.
Champagny.
Starting five, starting game 7 of last year's finals.
All right. J-Dub is wide open here.
Starting five, starting game 7 of last year's finals.
Yeah, I mean, he's pretty open. They're just
Only
not
11
trusting Dort or really Holmgren for
games
the most part
together
either.
this year. SGA has it knocked away.
Fast break here. Wemby, no point in wasting energy. Get it out to, I would say, who's that? Vassell. Get it out to him for a three. Or Champagny, that works too.
Short on the three. Wemby active on the glass.
Never mind, Wemby. Run up there and do all that. That'd be key here. Caruso's wide open.
Caruso straight on triple.
Yeah. So what's going on here? Okay, so Wemby. Okay, Wemby was just playing drop, I guess, trying to prevent Shea from getting inside. So in that case, you want Castle to carry over and get on Caruso. Although I don't mind the decision to just let anyone but SGA beat you here. But knowing how the rest of this game went, it was a big deal. Here, this is before the Caruso matchup on him. You get a double of sorts here. You then also have Chet. He's, if need be, you can get some type of wonky maneuvers here. And then just a standard.
Champagny over the outstretch. Holmgren knocks down a three-pointer.
Yikes, that was rough, Chet. That was rough, I'm not going to lie. Yeah, so now you get the Wemby being guarded by Caruso here.
Champagny off on the three. Jalen Williams off that hamstring injury. Looking none the worse for where blocked by Vassell.
All right, so here, stride and stride, goes for the outside layup. You leave after he does, so that way you have an extra second. Being in the air with the ball. Great block. There's not much you can analyze with that. All right, here you'd want to drop back. You need to drop back, get over, let Wemby just be the, I guess, zone defender in this case.
Phoenix started today, May 18th.
All right, that's just great. That is just great by Caruso. But the problem with it is that you get Wemby having to backpedal immediately after. Because here, you have the momentum going forward. Wemby has to stop and then get back. And you're probably going to be faster than Wemby because Wemby doesn't turn his hips as quickly enough as you'd like. So you immediately have a free land to the basket as long as Wemby doesn't come over you and block you. Great way to shield from the ball. Get out so Wemby can't go over and block.
After he laid it up on him. Kind of turned Wembanyama around to get all the way to the cup.
So now if you want to take your eye off the ball, Caruso.
Yeah, Caruso down low. I mean, if you want to do like a baseline screen, get all the way out here and do whatever, that would be nifty.
Giving away about a foot.
Great job, great face guard by Caruso. I mean, it's for this type of pass, you want it the moment he posts up. You want this ball right here, because if Caruso does try to undercut it, which he did, he's going to be gone, and then it's a 3-on-2 fast break. And the only thing too is Wemby doesn't have as great of positioning for the front. Although then again, that was just great from Caruso too. That was just more so Caruso being excellent. Great trail, yeah. This was during Caruso's insane run. Fantastic. All right. Want to drop back here, cut up, and then if you want to just do like, you want to get him in the paint. Yeah, drop, trail. Actually, just leave Dort open.
SGA back the other way. Pulls up. Now he's on the board.
Seems like one of the few times where he was able to get through a pseudo double team, because they were doubling in a sense here with Wemby. Wemby is acting as a double because not only is Champagny just here straight up, but you have Wemby, if that's a low arcing shot, he can block it. Also just getting some type of like cornet contest to block the view of the rim. So I mean that is a double in a sense from Wemby. You also have, interesting where you have all four of your primary defenders in the paint.
Pulls up. Now he's on the board.
They were just really shielding a brick wall there.
Cornet in action.
It is just such a different feel when Wembanyama's not out there, because he's involved in
Yikes. All right.
everything. That handoff got blown up, taken away. Mitchell going the other way. Leaves for Williams.
Great unselfish play there.
Unselfish play there.
Start using them up.
All right. You could be looking for a down screen and then maybe a horns action flaring out here. Could also be a switch. All right, so they're playing. They switch.
Especially on the road. Castle working his way inside. Got the bang in the bucket. Wemby.
Great way to attack a poor matchup. Great way to get the switch, diagnose, go, cut, and don't think too much about it. Just instinctual. Phenomenal play there. All right, so you got a Wemby, not even a Gortat screen, but just one of those
for the back end of this
type of things. Yeah, get a pseudo screen here, drop, and then if need be, pass out of it. Does SGA close? If he closes, get it out to Keldon Johnson.
Second time he got it back.
Well, the greatness of Wemby just works enough.
3 huge wins.
Get the switch. Caruso needs to get on that immediately. He does. If you have the strength to get it over to Bryant in the corner, you're going to have that, as well as Chet being in the paint here. You do have the other corner covered by Dort, so you can't really go there. But if you have the strength to feed it through here. Okay, another instance of Wemby being Wemby. Yeah, that's phenomenal.
He can always get offensive rebound.
Great defense here. They finally settled into their offense with 8 seconds to go, although SGA's gravity is enough to just bring it down. Because usually Wemby would be like moving, like rotating up, but you do not want to allow SGA to get to the basket, as well as the idea of that. You also looked like here you would have Chet coming in for an offensive rebound because you have, I believe that's Castle with his back turned.
Caruso.
And again, able to get a good offensive box out, but it doesn't.
Mr. Chaos makes.
All right, so then you've got you can allow him to settle back in. Get Wemby in space. Yeah, that's. All right, here, sealing off if he gets beat off the initial. Wemby dropping low, although they're really daring Caruso to shoot, so that could be interesting going forward if they're gonna be willing to do that and let that happen.
Caruso.
Yes, so so Castle's not even attempting to contest. Wemby doing a cornet contest. No real desire.
Again.
Interesting.
I gotta tell you, the efforts by Harper and Johnson and Bryant have been great in this first.
Oh boy. All right.
half. Tied up with Cornette and should be over and back.
That's a backcourt, I think.
It is not called.
Yeah, I don't know what you do here. You're just kind of
They
cooked.
said McCain had a hand on it. Cornette inside. By Hartenstein.
All right. That isn't great. That's just great recovery speed
On the
by
turnover. Another one by
McCain.
San Antonio.
Here. You've got the number on Cornette. He's still turning. He's roaming. You got Chet in the, I guess, support role. So if you want, you can drive down, get it over. But
Basket bound.
I mean, you got. You got to. That's
7'4" guy there with a wing.
Wemby loves to do this little screen where it's like not a like screen where you're still able to get mobile and loose because he's not like planted or anything with it, but then that gets him the ability to move. So if you can got away with a little bit of a push off there.
It looks like it.
Now you get the matchup you want. You're going to see Chet come in to help. That might leave availability for a pass, but it looks like he's just going to dunk it.
Easy money. Easy money.
Yeah.
And Caruso has
that one, it's like impossible whenever you get him the ball in that spot. I mean, the best thing you can do is just get him off of that spot.
The play is joined by Vassell for three.
6-point swing. You were struggling from the three at one end, and Vassell just walks into a three right here. Double-digit lead now for the
They're going with a press, or they're going with a trap when it's on Shea, and then they drift into man-to-man-ish. I don't know. That's interesting.
This second half, Isaiah Hartenstein did not.
All right, yeah. So you're still in that zone look a little bit. You're gonna want Wemby to get lower and Champagnie to move up a little bit to get to that part, like underneath the baseline, or not the baseline, the hash. Like for the playoff logo, you're gonna want him to drift down a little or drift up a bit. Have Wemby kind of stay back.
For the Thunder.
Huh, look at that. I feel like you could see an SGA backdoor cut here.
This is what the Thunder did last year in the finals versus Indiana when they just
okay, that's just great. That is fantastic hoops. You're probably gonna have Caruso open if you can get a screen set here, and just if you can muscle and get the ball quick enough to Caruso.
And the quick hands of Harper taken away.
Very nice.
Harper basket bound, lefty finish.
What a way to use your body here, man.
Harper taken away.
You get the Euro, right? Shield the ball, keep it low. If Hartenstein reaches, go up for it to get the foul. Right? Shield, lean forward, outside arm. You're already in the air. Hartenstein's not going to be able to block it. Phenomenal fundamentals there, man.
Williams inside, no.
All right.
Hartenstein couldn't squeeze.
So
he and Cornette down. 4-on-4 the other way.
Very nice.
Harper.
He is great with the fundamentals of body control,
we always
stop
talk
and
about
start.
big guards.
Yes.
Him being 6'6", he actually
Fantastic.
plays bigger when he gets in the paint. That's when he uses that size to his advantage.
Great maneuvering around the screen.
Snaked his way to find space.
Remember, this is the second. I know they have 18 points off those turnovers.
Yeah, they might guard SGA all the way in the locker room with this. And I don't even think that is SGA, is it? No, it's Williams.
Williams the finish. What a replay.
Yeah, all right. I don't love the Dort matchup. I don't think he's as good of a defender as Caruso. I don't think he's as handsy.
Vassell pulls up.
Well, then again, if you can get that to go.
Oh, and gives Harry McCain
After the Thunder climb back to lead.
They are just daring McCain to shoot it here. Again with the pseudo doubles where you get the shadow on to where it's like you got just straight up man here. You've got a sort of zone to where if any of them cut, I mean, you can allow for a ton of fun. You get a triangle system here for the defense. Offensively, you're going to want to do something else off ball because then otherwise you're just allowing SGA to get funneled into Wemby.
In this quarter, Gilgeous-Alexander step back. Slices down a three.
All right, that's just phenomenal.
Yeah, he personally needed that.
That is fantastic. Great way to use your gravity to allow for a good shot by Caruso. All right. If Wemby can turn to the outside and cut down low, that's going to force one of these two defenders to bite, which would then leave this shell open here.
Castle has in the corner. Vassell got the three. Huge three by Devin Vassell.
All right, so you've got a ton of just action going on here. Wemby rolls, and he isn't held here. He's going to have a straight line to the basket, which would draw, presumably that would draw Chet, which would leave Bryant open in the corner. And then again, yeah, they're able to get a hand on his jersey, but this is not a good matchup for him. So you got a double. You're going to force the defender out here to come back in to help SGA. That's going to leave Johnson over for the three.
All the way across for the three from Keldon Johnson, the sixth man of the year.
That's twice. Castle, with these cross-court passes, has found his shooters in rhythm.
All right, so you get the switch. You get a good look. You get a miscommunication back here. Foot on the line. You get the two. Not a great shot. You'd prefer to just move back an inch and be good. All right, so you've got Caruso, way to stay back and allow for just space. Here, they are really making sure to guard Wemby, because when he rolls, he's going to roll out this way to Wemby's left, which they already have two to block that path, whichever one doesn't go to block is going to roll out to guard the perimeter.
Harper. Wemby sees two. Nowhere to spin. Finds a spot.
Okay, Chad. All right, man.
To score. All the shots, and he doesn't ball down.
Yikes. Not great offense here. You don't want to have three people in the paint.
Dominate in those spots.
Space. Here, you're going to force Caruso to roll, which you might be able to get Wemby on a lob.
The moment comes. Wemby with the flush on the finish. He just guides the ball in on the feed from Vassell.
All right, so I'm assuming there has to be another player in the corner here. Good defense here. Okay, yeah, there was. All right, so you're going to watch that action. Someone's got to get over there to guard Caruso. Yeah, they're signaling no one's guarding Caruso.
The largest deficit the Thunder have had in the playoffs. Caruso. Where would they be without
miscommunication there? You got people pointing out, just not doing it. All right, so you got a double off-ball screen. So that looks to be they're going to want to switch here. You don't want to switch, but you're going to have to pick up at some point. So you're going to have Hartenstein probably come in to collapse there. Cornette roll to the basket as hard as possible, and Castle get out to the
Thunder play. The Spurs are taking a Thunder page defensively.
What a way to settle back into your defense.
Their physical defense here tonight. And it's been good to you.
Don't love this shot.
Harper, inside for two.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
He just took
I don't love the selection of that shot, but if you're going to do it, you better make it, and he did. Here, look at that. Just drawing in three defenders. You're going to have one of three options to go to here.
Sell aside and showed him a specific play, said run it back. They watched it about 3 or 4.
What a way to use Wemby and kind of get him out of position, get the ball down low to where Wemby can't grab it in time to allow for
Just the exact adjustments they need to make.
There.
He has been phenomenal on this defensive effort for game one.
But he has just been bottled up here.
Another with one of those doubles to where it's like, if he gets beat initially, don't foul, funnel it into Wemby.
0 for 4 here in the fourth quarter.
Now it's just a straight up double because you need to get someone else over on this side. You don't have an easy pass for SGA to make. Yeah, there you go. Great awareness there to realize that Shea's
He's got two. Pass Wemby to the basket.
But look at this first step here by SGA.
0 for 4.
Right? You get the double.
Here in the fourth quarter is Alexander.
You can split it and go through here or not. Wemby, you're not like moving fast enough. Shea staying low, gets the shoulder, gets the separation, getting to the basket. Then you're going to have to collapse here very late, but you're already blown by him at this point, so it's just going up and shoot off the ball using your body.
They're going to get Wemby for a foul.
Get the 2 points.
Caruso gets the
Here.
Defensive aside.
Yeah, Chet's going to double down if you can make a great pass here, which he does.
He engulfs the ball. Forward pass inside Harper.
Bad by Chet, man. He was getting cooked here. I know that you have to double on him a little bit, but, I mean, you've got to play better defense than this. Turn your hips, just take him vertically instead of being behind him. Do not get bumped off your spot to where now you have no chance of blocking it, although, again, Harper with phenomenal post technique to make the shots easier. Split through the... This isn't a double, though. Just go through, get him up. But what a play by Caruso here. Great defensive instincts and awareness to know that you're who was it? Castle isn't looking. Because Castle never once turns his head here. He never once turns his head to look at Wemby. So you can crash down as hard as possible. Because you know he's going to shoot it. It's just about timing now, and he doesn't see it one bit.
Came over and said no.
What a nice little bump here to make it to just a one-on-one, get the other defender out of the play. Then that's going to want to bring Vassell over because they're going to double here. Going to have the lob open.
He goes inside for
hits the wind from it. Here, driving. Almost tail off, get to SGA, and let Wemby deal with it. Nice little push, or not push, nice little bump, get into the step back. Alright, very congested in this region here. Get maybe a screen, I don't know, get some other action going, or if it's just a one-on-one.
Wemby. Block inside.
Great block there. Great block. Chet is getting cooked here. Speaking of cooked,
inside.
Wemby, he almost
tries to lose. Wembanyama can't.
Yeah, so now Wemby's still going to stay over there.
Caruso. It's a one-point game.
All right. Yeah, you've got to make sure Wemby doesn't get into a spot. Make sure that he has no chance of getting down low into the post. Because they're leaving the corner shooters open, primarily, just to make sure that Wemby cannot get the ball in the post.
Third three.
Make anyone but Wemby beat you. Here, don't like Wemby being so high, because SGA, yeah, he's going to be able to do that. Bump into the hip, get the separation. Fantastic.
2-point game.
That's why I wouldn't have reviewed it.
All right, here, if you have Castle still trailing, you're going to get Caruso open. All right, so we've got what could be used, maybe a screen coming here.
Final 100 seconds.
Okay, no, so they're just doing post-touch DHO, maybe? Off-ball screen, read that perfectly. DHO, screen, open look. Not really an open look, but great look there. Great catch and shoot shot.
The lead is 2.
All right, double coming in. Let him shoot a mid-range.
Gonna beat him.
All right, watch for the lob from Chet. You don't want to crash down too hard instantly.
Caruso's done it.
But, oh no, Champagny.
All night turns away. Williams between the legs.
So Wemby.
Got it.
Yeah, that's a perfect shot for that scenario.
Forget about Caruso. It's into Gilgeous-Alexander.
All right, so kind of a shield off of the left here. You don't want Wemby being out on an island here. Vassell, you want him to... I mean, he's doing well enough. Yeah, I believe he makes both free throws. But if I'm remembering the game right.
So now you reported that 2-for-1
yeah.
opportunity.
All right. Way to keep your hands low to not draw... to not foul. Chet and Caruso sealing off the restricted area. You're going to need to play physical. Get up there right now. All right.
Timeout, Oklahoma
And then
City. 11. Comes trying to
this
get
is
Gilgeous
where
Alexander free. He's got it with 4 left.
Yeah.
SGA to the
Wemby, I'm seeing a lot of people online saying that, oh, Wemby should have crashed down. No, he shouldn't have. Because if he does crash down, and you're in this look, right, and you have Chet stationed out in this corner, if you crash down right here, you give Chet a wide open look. Now, is that a bad idea? No. Mainly because he didn't get his shot, like, falling heavily in this game, mainly because he didn't shoot as much, but he shot 50% from 3. This was the right decision to make.
They pulled Wemby away. SGA to the goal. Tie game.
Just let that happen. Here, right? Wemby, he needs to put that shot up, or at this moment, dish it out. I know there's 1.6 seconds. Just give someone else a chance. Then again, Holmgren, he played that perfectly.
Comes up with the big
about as good as you can get from that, really.
block.
All right, so we get into overtime here.
5 times in the regular season. Spurs twice. Postseason OT for these teams for the first time.
All right, getting back into that matchup of Caruso on Wemby.
Holmgren hedges out.
Here, get the double. Only problem, though, is that then becomes SGA as the only player who can swing out to defend the paint. I got caught between saying paint and post. But let's get put on a poster.
And throws it down.
And then comes off the rim.
5 to shoot, Dylan Harper. On the
All right, here, great dish.
pick, it is Castle for 3.
Right,
Wembanyama right
that's more
over
so just Victor
Williams for the
being
basket.
an alien.
AJ Mitchell is. Got some
Here, good defense. Unfortunately, you do get a little bit too aggressive. Allow for SJ to get inside. If you're Champagne, you have to stay on Caruso based over the course of this game, how he's played. Wemby crash down. Get back to the 3-point line.
SGA, pick to Caruso for 3. Touchdown.
Yeah.
I know better than
Gotta do better than that. Caruso here. Don't love the congestion over on this right side.
Spurs by one.
Great
2 to go.
deflection.
By Caruso to knock it away. To the sideline, kept it by Williams.
Then it just becomes a foot race. You get the ball here, right? I would say try to use Caruso as a drawing force, because you're already gonna have Shea attracting 2 people here.
1 point.
So then it just becomes 1-on-1, right? Who can hoop more? Wemby crashed down, I think. Crashes too late. Shea already gets the 2. 3-point game here.
Spurs got numbers. Holmgren now behind the play. 5 on 4. Wemby's gonna pull a deep 3.
Oh my goodness. A logo shot.
Yeah, there's nothing you can analyze about that. That is just one of the best plays I've ever seen in my life.
28-footer. Ties it at 108. Career high in minutes played, regular or postseason.
All right, fake the 3, get him off balance, cut inside right now, hip to hip. Chet, roll down, get over here.
For Wembanyama, 45, and he's still going strong.
Chet, come on, man. Lock in, bro.
Veteran missing this game.
All right, here, not great, is you'll have 2 wide open 3s.
Right ankle injury.
Giving up. Okay, all right, so you get Wemby there to cover. Although a bit slow and lackadaisical. Here, you have a look, pump fake.
Harper.
Okay, Wemby's there on the cleanup, but fantastic.
And the bang, and the foul.
And you get the foul.
Not many coming with.
Make the free throw. All right, here. If you want to do a DHO, get it to SJ and have him shoot it.
Gilgeous Alexander's secondary. Hits.
Okay, all right. What a way to trail back and get involved in the play.
He's talking about a bucket at the right time.
Mason Wallace guarding Castle.
All right, shoulder to shoulder. I mean, there's 2 ways you can go about this. You can be able to maybe spin off of him if you use your aggressiveness. Use your, this would be his right arm. Reach around and go through there. Don't hook him, but just make it known to establish some space. Oh, fakes it. All right.
Harper guarded by
And then you get the over-aggressiveness, quick turn,
Caruso.
cut,
Wemby beat him inside, threw it down.
count it, and the foul.
With the
That was a
foul.
dumb challenge. There, you're not stopping
Gilgeous
that.
Alexander touches
Here,
night. Caruso,
draw inside, shield off the ball.
the star of the night, gets to the basket, reverse with
Lucky he missed that one. Here,
Wemby there. Challenge over, denied by Vassell. Williams inside, can't score. Harper's got it with 40 to go. Must stop OKC.
all right, here. Get on that double harder. Get on the double. Do not do that. Like,
Castle
get on him. Got positioning. Already started the jump. Nothing you can do.
He's unbelievable, folks. He's
Although,
unbelievable.
what a pass by
Kareem
Castle.
Abdul-Jabbar.
Here, right? SGA is out of the play. I don't know why he doesn't get any involvement here. Crashing down, fantastic way to funnel everything into Wembanyama. Only thing is if he dishes it out for three, but in the heat of this moment, he doesn't. And so we get to watch greatness happen.
Got to go quick. Williams and Wembanyama engulfs the ball. Shot clock is off. Harper is fouled. He missed on purpose, trying to get the rebound. It's fought for. Wembanyama secures it, and it's just going to throw it up court to Luke Cornett. And the San Antonio Spurs on an
this was
from their superstar. 41.
Yeah, this was just a phenomenal tactical game. Looking at the previous matchup between these two, I would say you're going to see a lot more of the just physical stuff on Wemby. I think you're going to see a lot more just going at him physically. I do also think that with Caruso, some of the little stuff where you do worry about him shooting the ball more, because now you know you can't sag off. You can't just say, oh, you know what, we're going to make sure we can bring it double to SGA. We're going to give Caruso some space. I don't think you can do that, although, I mean, it is somewhat worthwhile because you got the win, and Caruso probably won't do that again, but SGA probably won't do that again. So that's some of the stuff where you got to think about tactically, right, and how you're going to go about this game mentally, the X's and O's, all that stuff. Absolute classic, right? NBA, please don't copyright me. Right? Shout out NBA, you're pretty cool. Yeah. It's fun breaking down some basketball. Make sure to go ahead and like and subscribe, right? It would do wonders for the channel. Absolutely awesome, absolutely fantastic. Let me know in the comments down below. About anything really, I guess. More so about who you got for Game 2 on Wednesday. Got the Spurs or you got the Thunder? Once again, go ahead and let me know the picks between those two in the comments. Go ahead and make sure and like and subscribe, as once again, it is monumental. And until next time, so long, everybody.